Hi, Major Berman from the Mortgage News Network. We're here in Atlantic City at the 2017 Regional Conference of MBAs. I got David Pressel, who's the Vice President for People's Home Loan, which is a division of People's Bank. Dave, thank you for taking the time to meet with us.
My pleasure.
So listen, I want to get inside your head a little bit. You've been in the business for a good number of years. You've worked with some great originators. You've originated yourself too, right?
Yes.
So, what activities that originators are doing today will they still be doing 10 years from today?
Well, it's a very simple business for very complicated people. It's not rocket science that we're doing. We're basically taking the dream of someone wanting to buy a house and taking them from point A, which is thinking about it, to point B, which is actually moving into it.
Right.
And there's all sorts of inner workings in between. Now, what was usual and customary as recently as 3 or 4 years ago might be completely different, because now you have TRID, you have CDs, you have the CFPB, you've got all sorts of different situations going on. So for us to be in a situation where we say we know what's going to happen with any degree of certainty is impossible.
Right.
What is state of the art right now and usual and customary, that could change by the time this conference ends. Things are changing so rapidly. What I will tell you is that the originator who views this as a career versus as a job is always going to market themselves. They are the commodity. If everyone is at the same rate, where's the value proposition in using me versus John Smith over at ABC Mortgage Company? So marketing myself as a brand, making sure they can trust me, making sure I'm working in their best interests instead of just trying to fatten your wallet. And most importantly, making sure there's data integrity, making sure their data is safe. You know, one of the key problems we deal with in this industry right now is identity theft. Because not only does it worsen the situation for the consumer, but then it becomes problematic when they do want to go for a loan down the road and they have to fix something that's broken.
So now let me ask you specifically, how do you make your borrowers feel better about data integrity?
Well, I tell them that we have everything encrypted in our system. We have very high security measures. Our IT department is incredibly tight. To the point where we can't even operate in Google to download attachments in Gmail or anything. It's that, which is a good thing because you want to minimize the transfer of viruses. So if someone sends me an email to my bank email address with a PDF attachment, you have better shot getting into Fort Knox than getting in touch with that email. And that's what I want. I want the borrower to be able to put their head on the pillow at night and say, I have nothing to worry about.
That's great. So you've been coming to this conference for decades.
Yes.
So what about this conference do you love that makes sure that you come here every year?
You know, it's a great question. I think the fact that it's not just the state of New Jersey, it's regional. You know, you've got multiple states. We have people here from California who fly in just for this conference. You know, it's really an abundance of information. It's not, yes, it's in Atlantic City and people like to go have a good time and party and
we work hard, we play hard, right?
I get it. But the cool part about it is that you've got Fannie Mae on the floor, you've got Freddie Mac on the floor, you've got all the top tier investors out there. Everything from correspondent to broker to non-QM to appraisal management firms to title insurance to marketing to media. It's every possible nuance of our business, and that's the beauty of this business, is that there's all these little moving parts that make us all successful.
Very cool. Well, listen, Dave, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. I'm Major Berman from the Mortgage News Network. Thank you for watching.
This is Mortgage News Network.